Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
I will keep that in mind.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Elidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Elidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the Elidians, then yes.
Which doesn't really answer my question.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Elidians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
Die Entscheidung immer, ne?
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Alter, ich wollte noch weiter labern.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Irgendwie, ich nutze gerade so einen neuen Encoder, ne? Und ich habe das Gefühl, als ob das meine CPU so ein bisschen behindert. Was ist das denn?
Soothing.
Und deswegen kommen wir so in den Gesprächen so, ja, weiß ich nicht. Gespräche überlappen sich irgendwie oder unsauber irgendwie oder ist das...
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has.
Chillig, ne?
It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat.
Geil. An die halte ich mich.
For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Calvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
Ja.
I assume they've taken your place.
I was one of the Queen's most trusted advisors. And I hope to prove myself worthy of being so again. Which is why you're here. My fear has been that the Elidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to. but it never happened.
Warum nicht, ne?
And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no
Föderation, glaube
teeth.
ich nicht.
Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Diese Zeitfenster immer.
Because of what happened in the mines. Is it Galvin they're afraid of?
It's entirely possible. But I
Eigentlich
don't know
will
for
ich eine
sure.
Antwort auf.
Whatever Galvin is doing in those mines is turning everything upside down. No one knows exactly what's happening.
Und wie hieß sie?
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access.
Aha.
No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security.
Jetzt.
I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines.
Wegen den
Made
Ionenstürmen, ne?
inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How can we know?
Oh, ich habe Schmerzen.
I
Das-
better see what's happening.
Das war grad...
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find.
Was
and
mache
then
ich?
send it to me.
Wollte ich Gott...
Thank you.
Die Musik im Hintergrund, ne?
I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Die kommt mir... richtig vor, die Frau.
Sorry,
guckt
I
schon so.
couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time.
Hm.
I figured in the interest of fairness, I should
Natürlich.
offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without a Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Solid Arminta, Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Mhm.
I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity.
Sagt der Militär.
Inciting an
ne?
uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was
Genau.
that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told.
Berlin ist irgendwas, Alter.
Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
Something tells me there's more to the story. So what really happened?
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You just answered your own question. How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even
Das
happen?
weiß ich doch nicht.
You tell me.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder,
Natürlich. So läuft die Föderation. Oder rennt. Oh, oh.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Oh Gott. Ein Dilemma. Oh.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Will ich nicht? Nö.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Ja, und ich muss wieder fliegen, oder was? Die damals so aussahen, ne? Und wo die Landebucht ist.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Ich muss jetzt echt einen Shuttle fliegen. Krass, Alter. Okay, okay. Benutze... Wie cool, ey. Würde mich trollen. Was ist das denn? Das schmeckt mir gar nicht. Was cool, ey, Alter. Oh. Das wird doch eine Katastrophe. Vorwärts, rückwärts, QE, ey. Was ist das denn für ein Geschmack? Oder? So. Das war eine volle Beschleunigung, Alter. Was? Impuls? Okay, rückwärts. Schießen. AD? Was? Naja, da stimmt doch was mit der Übersetzung nicht. AD schießen? Das seitlich driften alle.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute's systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Na schön, dass man auf
Chovak
Radar
probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
Was? Ich hab nicht zugehört.
Nah, Lieutenant Commander Chovak's not so bad. You know, once you get used to him. And, I've learned a lot working under him.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to work harder to be a political animal like you. With this new first officer coming aboard.
Ich kann hier nicht gucken irgendwie. Wow. Das meine ich. Das ist aber merkwürdig, die Steuerung gerade. Wow, bin ich da. Und nun?
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position.
Zack. Bing.
Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem? I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
What? Was war das denn?
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there. With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference.
Natürlich.
We'll deploy the second probe there.
Wow.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. And who knows? Solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too. Of course, if you get an officer's commission, they'll put you on another ship.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
Ja,
You
bescheiden
must be a
machen.
glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
Ich sehe das unter mir, nee. Ah. Wie er mich hier versucht zu beeinflussen, der Hund.
Here,
Ja, ja.
this is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
There it is
Sah
again.
I
komisch
saw
aus.
it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Hotari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Nein, manuell wieder. Was muss ich mal für eine Interferenzspitzen? Da. Drück. Was?
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Ja.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this?
Der Angriff wahrscheinlich.
We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations, they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Ja, die fallen gleich die Augen raus.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illydians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
We're right to be worried. If they're targeting the Resolute and we can't go to warp, that effectively leaves us at their mercy.
Which puts us in a rather difficult position.
Especially if they have more tricks up their sleeve.
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
Out of all of them, she's the one who seemed to genuinely appreciate that the Federation was involved.
Okay.
She believes in us, and I think we can believe in her.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illydians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Arminta said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. Queen's advisor Tylus has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Durchstellen, danke.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
Das hört sich an wie eine...
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Ups. Ich glaube, was machen.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but
Nee,
I have to go.
nein.
Tylus,
Shit.
Can we reconnect?
Reconnect.
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
Scheiße.
It was hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't part of this. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
Na, Professor Spock.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We're, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Mann. Eigentlich...
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption.
Captured it.
And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
Tetraktesrolle, Mann.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
Mikroschweiß.
3, 2, 1.
Achso.
It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
Toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Hä? Oh Gott. Was sollte ich holen? Wie weil sie gerade so geguckt hat. Dachte ich, oh.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Boah, Digga, meine Maus so langsam hier.
Here, I'll help.
Dankeschön. Cool. Oh, ich dachte gerade, gibt Zickenkrieg da, Alter.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I know my stuff.
I can see that.
Come on,
War
start
nicht
pulling
gut?
chips.
Warum nicht? Ich wollte dich rumrollen, Alter. Oh Gott. Das ist... Hä? Alle draußen nehmen. Isolina.
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Alter, das ist von der Mine, ne? Warte.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
Das ist so wie ein Peilsender, oder? Nicht anfassen.
Wait. Regulation
Ja.
364, subsection 9.
Sicherheit.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it
Richtig.
will be placed in secure confinement before further
Stimme dir voll
examination.
zu.
Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
Stopp
No.
jetzt.
Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Hm.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage.
Peilsender, genau.
Or even a
Gute
bomb.
Antwort.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment
No.
lab.
Come on.
I
Nein,
can't make an
nicht.
exception. Not even for you.
Ja, bin ich
I'm
deiner
still
Meinung.
going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are.
No. Nee, da stimme ich
But I
dir.
overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe
Ja.
this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
Alter,
We're at the edge of the quadrant. Help isn't just gonna pop over like we're in Sector 001.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
You talk like you've never had your backs up against a wall before. This is Starfleet. We solve our own problems.
Na, beruhig dich doch mal wieder.
Okay, stand back.
Genau das machen wir.
Get this to the containment lab.
Ja.
We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh,
Vielen
we'll
Dank.
be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Ich finde es aber in Ordnung, dass sie eindämmen wollte. Oh.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast? But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Well, of course she's taking it seriously, but that's her job.
Ja.
When she's on duty, she's got to be on the lookout for danger.
Yeah, but talking about sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far.
Ja, das geht zu weit.
She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it.
Ich traue der da irgendwie nicht mehr. Die getroffen wurde von dem Blitz, ne?
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. This artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course.
Muss ich wieder hier.
Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Was? Finde... Ach so, runter. Warte. Kein... Warte mal, das. Rechts, links. Wie heißt das da? Verändert sich da eine Zahl irgendwo? Nee. Scheiße. Das. Klingon. So. Puh. Habe ich keinen Mauszeiger hier? Nee. Warte mal, das, ne? Was vergleichen? Tatsache, ich kack ab. Nicht?
99.2% match.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Takan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
Actually, I've heard of the Takan.
Ich nicht.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
What?
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takan outpost.
On stardate 41386.4, The USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Ui. Hat das eine Bedeutung hier? Das Gelb, das Grün, das Blau, das Rot?
Someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
Ja, und er weiß ja Bescheid, er war da auf der Enterprise, verstehe ich immer.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Hallo, ich will was sagen. Wir haben schon so ein Stück gefunden. Sicherheitsrat. Hat das mit der...
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
Und du weißt es doch alle.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
For now, it's probably best we don't let on how much we know.
Play our cards close to the vest. Smart. I agree.
Smart.
Then when the time is right, we can confront them.
Clever.
Diplomatically, of course.
Right.
We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin.
Oh, ich bin so aufgeregt.
There.
Aber ich muss ins Bett.
So we know where to look.
We need to know what's down there. What the Hotari are hiding. To better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Warum denn mich? Geh doch selber, du Pieps, Alter.
Assuming you're up to the task.
Eigentlich
Require
nicht.
absolute secrecy. And obviously it's not without risk.
Forgive me, Captain, but it sounds dangerous.
I'd be lying
Nein!
if I said otherwise. But right now,
So
it's
hat
mission
es
critical.
ausgelegt.
We need to know what's there.
Of course.
I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation.
Natürlich.
We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Tylus will be essential to my success. Not only her knowledge of the mines, but her ability to gain access, particularly
Das ist halt der
now that we
komische
know
Typ
which
da
mine we need to
von der
get into.
Wissenschaft, ne?
Make sure she understands the need to keep this covert.
She's not going to want her people to know about this.
Muss ich mich noch ducken?
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Oh, nee,
Understood.
Ono.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Also manchmal treffe ich auch Entscheidungen, Alter. Zum Nachdenken hat man keine Zeit. Warum? Ach.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security
Bitte
never
was?
checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Alter, das glaube ich nicht. Was ist denn das für Mist?
Diaz, Tamaris.
Ernsthaft jetzt?
Carter Diaz to
Boah, hab ich
Miranda
denn da
Maris.
verkackt wieder?
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Die ist Verräterin. Ey, ich komm.
Something's not right.
She's
Ja.
still on the ship. She has to be.
Alter, das
Computer,
glaube ich jetzt nicht.
locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
Fäse
I'll go
raus.
find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Mhm. Was guckt er denn so? Hä? Ey. Das glaube ich jetzt nicht. Okay, mir war komisch, dass er meutern wollte, also Notsignal absetzen. Wo ich mein Phaser rausverlag. Kann ich gerne rausholen. Okay.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Hä? Ja, dann macht das richtig. Untersucht den Turm. Optisch mal abchecken. Dachte, ich kann hier Recorder und so nehmen. Phaser. Türöffner. Was ist das scheiße. Oh, das Spiel. Oh, was man daraus machen könnte, ne? Hallo. Macht er nicht? Doch jetzt. Na sie. Und ich bin drauf reingefallen. Aber sei mir verziehen, bitte. Ich kenne die ganze Vorgeschichte nicht. Ja, das machen wir doch leise. Jetzt traue ich hier doch nicht mehr. Oder ich werde erschossen, weil ich leise war. Alter, kann das sein? Mimi. Kann immer noch nicht wählen. Gibt's hier noch was? Ja, danke. Oh, kommen wir jetzt durch? Denke ich mal. Da ist er. Doch nicht? Hä? Das ist ein Formwandler, oder?
What the?
Oder ein Borg? Hallo.
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
What's the matter? Were you worried it was gonna be someone else?
No. I mean, I'm glad it's you.
Transfer.
But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
Boah.
Well, hold on a second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself.
Okay, jetzt
Whatever
glaube
he
ich ihm.
told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
So
I don't
einfach.
have time for that.
Nein.
I have work to do.
Ey, das
Look,
glaub ich
I
alles
appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
I'm worried because you're acting strange. One minute you're citing regulation to take the crystals, and now you don't seem to care that they've gone missing. And what are you even doing in here?
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Alter,
Hey,
jetzt reicht's.
wait up!
Taser aus. Die hat mich nur belatzt.
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand around and debate with you.
If you won't give me a straight answer, you can tell them yourself.
This doesn't concern you, so I'm good with that.
Miranda, hold on!
No. Get out of my way.
Na, 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 na. Oder hilft sie nur? Sie ist ja...
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Alter.
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Look, I wish I was wrong about this. That I was overreacting. More than anything. But I know what I saw. And it's not what she's saying.
I can't believe this.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security.
No.
She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record.
Was?
Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Aufpeppeln.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Otari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle.
Nee, Sicherheitsdienst.
This is Petty Officer Diaz. I need a security team to Deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
Ja, alle entzürnt. Ich komm nicht klar, Alter. Schon, wo das Kristall entdeckt wurde, ne? Wo die Alter schon richtig ist. Irgendwas stimmt da nicht. Ja, und ich will das abspeichern. Bleib aber im Orbit, Shuttle. Oh, man kann nicht aufhören irgendwie, ne?
Foliage on Tau resembles underwater plant life on Earth. The universe is full of mysteries.
Wie spät ist das denn? 6:30. Warum habe ich keine Ausrüstung? Unbegreiflich. Boah. Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Rydick here.
This is Irma. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transport.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Aha.
Understood. Rydick out.
Wissen kann man ein bisschen rennen. Ein halber PS mehr, aber... So. Na dann, bis zum nächsten Mal.